CVA's AccuraSeries, Bergara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
All right, guys, it's time to go over and do this week's Pictures of the Week. This week's Pictures of the Week being brought to you by our friends over at Flowers Deer Processing and Garden Center. They've got that garden center going up right now, getting all their greenhouses ready, and it won't be long. You're going to be able to go in there, and they'll take care of all your gardening and flower needs. And be sure to tell them thank you for everything they do for us here at the show. All right, our first picture here is, speaking of nice big crappie. Terry, who is this here?
That's my wife.
This is Terry's wife, Rita, out showing him up how to catch the big crappie.
She put it on me that day.
She did put it on you that day. You sent me some pictures. She had several good ones.
How long has she been teaching you?
Yeah, she's been teaching you that for a long time, hasn't
She sure has.
Nice
she does really good. Rita gets out and fishes with you quite a bit. She enjoys to get out and go, and we appreciate you sharing that picture with us tonight. All right, our next picture here, this is Beth Faust with a bass that she caught recently in Middle Tennessee. Congratulations on that one, Beth, and we really appreciate you sharing that with us. And then here on the end, this is Kalen Morrison, and this is a couple nice crappie he caught just this past week here in Middle Tennessee, and he has had a pretty good year so far, and we appreciate you sharing that with us.
That's some good color crappie, too.
Those have good color to them right there. Now, the ones we caught today were real pale, still real pale.
It's white. Those are black he has, right?
Those black crappies right there, and they have good color to them. Y'all can send your pictures to us here, 474 James Robertson Parkway, or get them to me on Facebook or at the email there on the screen, and we're going to share them here on the show just as soon as we can. All right, welcome back to the studio. Terry, we had a good trip that day, but man, you was catching a bunch of little fish over there. I don't know what happened. He's been giving me a hard time about my little fish over in my spot, Mike. I don't know, but we did have a pretty good day. We had several keepers. We just didn't have any of those, what Terry calls a slab or a chunk fish, but we're fishing to go now, and we're going to go to a different spot. In this area here, we're bank fishing.
Yeah.
Really windy again. We had actually thought about taking the boat this day, and I called Terry about the time he was getting off work, and I was like, no, we ain't taking the boat. So we decided to go on the bank. And what was going on was we were able to throw up above these beds, and that wind was just carrying them perfect. And we had some pretty nice fish that day.
So the pattern was bank, water, and wind.
It was. That was the pattern. Throw it out there and hold on tight. So
yeah.
Let's go on over to this next segment.
We're beating the banks again. I'll get it done.
It's a little bit windy, but not too bad. I mean,
we're not. We're going to put some good ones in here today. What you fishing for, the depth you fishing, and what kind of bait you using. So you got a set flow, about 2.5, 3 foot deep with a minnow.
2.5, 3 foot deep.
One split shot.
Yep, and round about March, about early March, about mid-March, yeah, come on in here. It'll be full up.
So you been catching them here lately yet?
Not lately.
Not lately.
Not lately. Not lately.
So this is
about 14 inches.
We think about that, folks. That's a nice little crop right there.
Show them up here.
Nice, look at that. Thick, healthy.
It's about 30-mile-an-hour winds again today, and we fought that just a few days ago together on the boat, and we had a good time, had a good day, but we decided we didn't want to fight it today. So we're doing what Terry does best. We're over here beating the banks. We've got some trees out here. The trees are probably in about 6 foot of water, maybe a little bit deeper, and we're just standing here casting that to it. And with the wind being as strong as it is, it's worked out pretty well because we're not having to really do much work with the jigs other than just get them up above these trees and let the wind carry them right through there. So.
That's not a cookie right there. That's a slam.
There's your first fish of the day right there. Look at the belly on that one. Just right.
Yeah,
Natural minnow color. It's a jig, but natural minnow color. And I had a little crappie bite on there.
Crappie bite on there?
Yeah, chartreuse one. I had him there in the fat of that lip, but it's just a natural minnow color. That's what I was using. Had a little crappie nibble on there. About to switch this head out and try it again, man. Awesome fish. Good start, Terry. You need to check in, see if he's 10 inches. Huh? Y'all reckon that fish is 10 inches? No. Show them what you were using.
We're using a silver or a natural hair jig.
And see this little crappie nibble? We've each been putting these on there as well, so. Working out so far, isn't it, Terry?
Yeah. It's a lot better than them 10 inches.
Oh, Lord. I ain't never gonna hear the end of them 10 inches.
Things this right there. We'll just make you want to take a bite out.
Let's get to know.
You got him? Look at that. Get it. Come on back over this way a little bit there, boy. There you go. There you go. It don't go around trying to step up. Look at that girth on them things. Oh my goodness.
What a beautiful fish. Glad to have that one, man. This wind's starting to lay down just a little bit, and I think we're fixing to really get into them.
And I'm throwing out maybe about 25 yards and dragging it slowly, basically letting the wind do most of the work for me. And as it drifts over them treetops, the crappie will come from up top. That wind today's making it where we don't really have to work them much. It's true. Doing a lot of it for us.
Hi, Southern Woods and Waters family. We're doing the same thing. I'm just taking and throwing it out there letting the wind take it and just barely giving it a twitch every now and then, but I'm still using the same natural color with black. But I am using a hair jig. Nice ones. Hey, don't say nothing about it, but these are a lot better than them 10s we was getting over with Brandon.
Well, guys, you look here. We've had a good evening. We've got a good mess of fish here, some nice big crappie, and you know, just real simple method. You know, we always use the same method most of the time if we're fishing from the bank. We're usually going to use that float method with a jig. Keeps us above the trees to where we don't get hung in those trees all the time. You know, Terry, if you just casted a jig out there, you're going to be hung in that tree first cast, yanking and pulling in your tree. But we stay above it with those floats, and man, it's really paid off today. Terry, you're known for catching fish from the bank, man. That's what you do, and you got us on some big ones today. I appreciate it, man. I've had a great time.
Well, this method works just about anywhere. I mean, because everybody don't have a boat. So for those bank fishermen out there, just remember, jig, float, and always tip it with a jig. Tip it with a crappie nibble, which will give you a little incentive when they just kind of finicky. And always just keep moving to the left. Try a spot for about 10 to 15 minutes. If they're not biting, move to the left.
Yeah, it's a lot like fishing from a boat, really, the same concept. Just keep moving down the bank until you find them. So that's the way it works out. But I tell you what, we're fixing to get these things up to the truck, go get them cleaned up. I'm looking forward to these fillets, Terry. What about you, man? I could take these home tonight. Well, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. We're going to get back over to the studio with some more Southern Woods and Water. All right, guys, it's time for this week's Product of the Week. It's being sponsored by our friends over at Candy Fork Outdoors. Y'all can find them at cfoutdoors.com or get off I-40 there at the Center Hill Dam exit. Go to the bottom of the hill and make a right. They're going to be there at the Big Rock Market. Just look for the big boulder out there in the parking lot. They can take care of all your kayaking needs and get you out on the beautiful Candy Fork River. Mike, what you got over here tonight?
Well,
now, Dayton Blair's going to be upset with you.
Well, I was going to mention Dayton on this. I was going to say tonight we have the Mr. Crappie Rattling Pair, and our buddy Dayton Blair, as you said, introduced me to these. Now, these come in a couple of different sizes, and they're float. I call them bobber. I'm old school. But you can put these above your jig. You can put them above your minnow, if you wish. And this thing has a rattle in it, so you can just give a little twitch here and there. And it gives you that little extra sound. They're really good for pre-spawn and spawning crappie. So it's a good thing to have, and it is the green and yellow. It's a high vis, easy to see, and like I said, they do come in different sizes, but you know, match your weight.
That's
so
the typical size we use right there. Is usually the smaller one. There is a medium size one we use once in a while, and I will add, we use those a lot, and Dayton loves those. But they're even more effective, I feel like, on a calm day when you don't have any wind or any movement.
Right,
it helps
right. So you can get that rattle. Yeah, I think it rattles too much if it's windy. Yeah.
That's right. Well, we appreciate you sharing that, guys. We're going to get ready to take a quick break. We're going to be right back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Water.